Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Musa Jallo, and in today's video I'll be discussing how to study for free in Norway as an international student. Normally on this channel we make video about tech, finance and investing. So with no further delay, let's get into the video. First, we're going to look at how to find your university you want to apply to, and there are so many websites in Norway that you could use for this particular purpose, and some of them include like Study in Norway. This one I really recommend it if you don't speak Norwegian and if you're outside Norway, for example. Like Study in Norway, they have most of the English program in Norway that is, and almost all the information is in English, right? But they have this other website called utdanning.no, and on this website, like most of the information is in Norwegian, but if you have like a browser, you could like translate the page to English, for example. You find a lot of good information there, and you also find information there about career that pay well, and like information about how in demand those career are and stuff like that. And then we have this other website called Some Honor Upptakt. But this one is like mostly I think for people already in Norway, because I think to have access to this website you should have like a Norwegian personal number or social security number. On this website, if you log into it, if you have the personal number or the social security number, if you log into this website, you will be able to see like all the relevant studies for your field, for example, and like all the school that offered like your courses you want to study and stuff like that now. But like I said, this website is like mainly for people who like already have a Norwegian personal number, and the website also is in Norwegian, but you can translate the page. Also, you could check directly on the university that you wish to apply to website. But like, let's say just in case you don't know like what are the best university in Norway, they have like the University of Bergen, they have the University of Oslo, University of Stavanger. So like they have a whole lot of top university in Norway that you can just go to the website, and then like they have like almost all the information you need in English, and then you can see from them. This is a very important information. Most bachelor program in Norway is taught in Norwegian, so like you should be aware of that. And like to apply for most bachelor program in Norway, you have to use this website that I mentioned previously, Some Honor Upptakt, and this website is like where you apply for most bachelor program in Norway. But if you would like to apply for bachelor program in English in Norway, most of them is offered like by private schools, and those ones like usually they are not free, so like you should be aware of that. And the tuition fees is like really so different depending on which school you want to apply to. For example, like the Norwegian Business School and like the Norwegian School of Economics, they are both private school in a way, but the tuition fee is like so different, so you could like do your research and see like what is like more suitable for you or what you go for. So now that you have found your university that you want to apply for, the next step is to prepare how to apply. Let's assume that you are incoming master student and that you're going to be applying for your program in English. It's like really so important you take this into consideration. Also, like most master program, like education generally in Norway, like when it comes to the bachelor education, like they have like a general requirement in a way for everybody. But master's program also, like they kind of have like a general requirement. You should make sure and check also each individual program, because like those programs, they have their own requirement. So like if you want to like apply for like for example like economics from like the University of Oslo, you have to like go to the website like a master in economics and go and see, you make sure you get the requirement for that particular program. The majority of bachelor studies in Norway is taught in Norwegian, and they all pretty much have the same requirement, but what distinguishes students is like based on how good your grade are. Not Norwegian, they are very fair people, but in my opinion they are not so very helpful. I'm just gonna say that. So like if you have to apply for something and then they tell you like you need this and this, you need X, Y, and Z, like make sure you have everything you need, like because they might deny your application because you just leave one simple thing out, or you may like make one simple mistake. So when you're applying for things in Norway, like I said, Norwegian people, they are like really, really so fair. But like in some other cultures, if people see like, oh, you meet like maybe 90% of the requirement, and then you are just missing like 10%, they might consider and give you a study place. But that's not in Norway. If they tell you like you need like this and this, you have to make sure you get everything, because if you don't get it, they will like deny you because of that. So make sure you're aware of the deadline, especially for international students. If you're in Norway, I'm sure you will know how to find the deadline to apply for school. But for international students, like the general rules is like it's from December to March. But that is like in January, So if you see a program that you want to apply to, you have to go and look at that program specific date and see the deadline, But you should make sure you look at this deadline. It's like really so important. Like I said, Norwegians, they are really fair people, but they are not so helpful, So if you even miss that deadline by a single hour, for example, they might not accept your application because of that, So be aware of the deadline and make sure you stick to it. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is how and where to apply. For most master program, the school you're going to be applying to are going to have their own application portal, and there you can create an account and start the application process from there, right? But if you're applying for a bachelor degree like in Norwegian, for example, you're going to have to use like the national admission portal for everybody, which is called Some Honor Upptakt. I'm going to put the link to that in the description, so that you can use to like apply in Norwegian. But like I said, I don't know how it works for like international students, but you have to like have a Norwegian personal number to log in. But I'm sure there is another way that you can use to log in, but I'm not sure. But also, if you're applying for a bachelor program in English, the school you're applying to, most likely if it's a private school, they're gonna have their own application portal, right? I know there is some government schools that give like bachelor degree in English, but I think it's not so many of them. It's like so few of them. But you can use like the private school you're applying to application portal to apply for a bachelor degree program. But if you're going to a public school to do your bachelor degree, then you might have to use some owner opptak also to apply for that bachelor degree program, because 99% of the public school in Norway that have bachelor program, they apply through some owner opptak. Be aware of scams. Most application in Norway for public school especially is free. But private school, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing like some of them might be free, some of them might be paid. But if you're not sure, what you can do is like always contact the school you want to apply to, and contact the school directly you want to apply to and ask them if they have application fee. But in my opinion, most of them are always free. If you apply for a bachelor degree program in Norway that is in Norwegian, your language skills in Norwegian is expected to be between B2 and C1. And that is like pretty high, but that's what is recommended for you to like really do well in your bachelor program. But if your master degree is going to be in English, there is some countries that have exception, but it's like really difficult. But in general, it's expected for you to have like a test like TOEFL or maybe IELTS. But if you want to make sure like your country is on the list that don't require to have like those English tests, you can go and look at this like website called the GSU list. They will tell you like, for example, if you're from like India, what is required for you when it comes to like the language to study in Norway, But if you like from the US, for example, I know for sure like Americans, they have exception to study in Norway. They don't need the language test. If you're from the UK also, they have exception, But if you're like from maybe like Sierra Leone that I'm from, even though we like speak English in Sierra Leone, but they still require us to have a Norwegian test. But to find the exact score that you need for like the English test, for example, if you're applying for a master program, you have to go to the website and then you see what that program requires, Because like, for example, like the Norwegian Business School, I know that their minimum score in the IELTS is like to have a 6 point, So it's like different from school to school. So you have to go to your exact program and see what they require. The next thing we're gonna look at is like the document required for your admission. And like I can tell you exactly what you're gonna need, because there's like so many different programs in Norway, and like I said, in general, the admission requirement is like the same, but there's a slight difference, I'm going to give you like a general overview of what you're going to need to apply for admission in Norway for like a master program or a bachelor program in Norway. Let's take this as an example, right? You're applying for a bachelor degree program that is in computer science. It is in English, right? In addition to your high school document in Norway, they'll require you to have like some kind of advanced mathematics. They'll require you to have like physics. They'll require you to have like maybe chemistry or biology, for example, right? So in addition to your high school document, you need like some supplementary like requirements, to meet. If you're applying for a master degree program, your bachelor degree should include courses that is like about half a year of full-time study for the master program you're applying for. That is like just one of the general requirements that is needed to like apply for a master degree in Norway. NOKUT, in short, is a government agency that helps to see if your education is up to the Norwegian standard or not. So if you're in doubt about your education, you can always go and check it out and see, because I know for some countries, if you graduate high school, it's not enough to study in Norway, right? You have to graduate high school and have 1 year of education at the university in your country to be able to study in Norway. So now it's time for you to apply for your resident permit. In this section, I'm going to like name to you all the requirements and things needed before you can apply for your visa or your resident permit to come to Norway. And you should be aware like this process is like different from country to country. But if you go on like the UDI website, the Norwegian Directorate of Immigration, if you go on their website, they have like requirement for each specific country, right? But it's just in general, so be aware of that. Firstly, you must pay an application fee of 5,900 Norwegian crowns if you are above 18 years old. But if you are below 18 years old, then you're in luck, my friend. The application fee is 0. This is really important. Before you start the application process, you should have the admission letter already ready. You should already have been accepted into school. And one of the requirements to like apply for visa is like you must be a full-time student. And also you must have like 129,000 Norwegian crowns. Note this money is not for the Norwegian government or it's not for the school. It is your own personal money. But the reason you should have this money is to prove to the Norwegian government before you can get a job in Norway or something like that you're able to take care of yourself. The 129,000 Norwegian crowns should be deposited into a Norwegian bank account. But you live outside of Norway, so there is a high possibility you don't have a Norwegian bank account. In that case, you're going to have to deposit the money with the school. But let me be clear, this money, it is your own personal money, it's not for the school, right? So let's say you deposited your money with the school and you came to Norway, you open your account, you have the right to go and request the school to send you back that money. So it is your own personal money in a way, you know, so keep that in mind always. Let's say you have a job offer from Norway and your expected income is like 100,000 Norwegian crown per year. So like remember that you need like 129,000 to prove that you can take care of yourself in Norway. In that case now, you don't need like the whole 129,000, you need just like 29,000 because you already have an expected income of 100,000 crowns plus your working contract. The last point on the list is to get your accommodation sorted out. You know, that is to say before moving to Norway, you should already have a place to live. Because if you don't have this, there is a high possibility that they will deny your visa, or it might just take longer time for it to be processed, you know. I know there was a lot of information in this visa section. If you want me to make a video specifically about this in the future, you can just leave a comment down below and I will do so in the future. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. If you do, remember to like the video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.